Hi, tell me your name.
My name is Anthony Noriega.
Mr. Noriega, you are here today for your initial appearance on charges of negligent homicide and endangerment. So endangerment is a domestic violence offense. You do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You do have the right to an attorney in this matter. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and you have counsel seated with you for purposes of the hearing here today. I've had an opportunity to review some information provided by pretrial services that tells me a little bit about you and the circumstances of the offense. I've also had a chance to review the state's recommendation as to conditions of release. Looks like Mr. Poston is asking for a $750,000 bond. Mr. Poston, do you need to be heard further?
Your Honor, the state, out of concern for decorum, is not going to rehash the facts or the allegations in this case. However, I did receive information subsequent from a colleague at the county attorney's office that apparently there was a previous incident where the individual in question was caught handling a weapon, and this defendant previously admitted to South Tucson police that he never secures firearms in his home. The state stands by the remainder of its written recommendation. Thank you.
And it does not look like Mr. Noriega has any criminal history that was noted by pretrial. Do you agree with that, Mr. Poston?
Based on the information that I have in front of me, the state would concur.
Mr. Santini?
Judge, Mr. Noriega would like to be released to the supervision of pretrial services. These are very, very difficult cases. Mr. Noriega has no prior criminal history. This is also a negligence charge. So this wasn't something he intentionally, knowingly engaged in. I'm sure, you know, the mourning and the pain that he also feels is evident. Weighing towards his release, Judge, he is a lifelong resident of Tucson. He is young, 23 years old. He has no history, as the court mentioned, and he's also gainfully employed. The victim representative, his partner, is welcoming contact back. I'm confident there's a DCS case that's been opened, so he'll not only have the monitoring of pretrial services, but he'll also have the monitoring of the Department of Child Services, which should assist for any concerns about community safety, Judge. So those reasons do weigh towards his release to pretrial services. If you're not inclined to release him to pretrial services, Judge, we would be asking for a more reasonable bond than $750,000.
Mr. Noriega, I am going to release you to pretrial services today. You're going to be ordered to participate in any monitoring or treatment they direct. You're not allowed to possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. You are not allowed to be around any firearms. Any firearms that may be in the home need to be surrendered to the police department, and that needs to happen immediately. No guns around you at all. You are not to have any unsupervised contact with minors. So that includes any children that may be in your home. I do note that Ms. Jose did indicate that there were other children. You are not allowed to be alone with any of them. There always has to be another adult with you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also have to abide by all DCS conditions. If you haven't had contact with them yet, I'm sure that you will at some point, but you do need to make sure that you're abiding by those conditions. You do have someone from the public defender's office that you can talk with about this case, the felony case. Do you understand all of those conditions of release, Mr. Noriega?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next hearing on this matter is going to be a preliminary hearing. That's going to be on March 19th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That hearing may or may not occur, but you're going to be responsible for showing up at all future hearings. If you fail to appear for those future hearings, they could issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand the consequences if you fail to appear for your hearings?
Yes, sure.
It'll be important that you maintain contact with pretrial services and also maintain contact with your lawyer so you know what your future court dates are. You're all done for today, Mr. Noriega.